and family and what have you to ensure that that money is being raised. And we have been talking about the state, the insecure state of Benue State, because people were killed on their farmland last week. A whole number of things happened right in that state. Now, the IGP has condemned the abduction of the medical student in Benue, and he promises full commitment to swift rescue of these students. Now, we are waiting to get updates on that story. As soon as we do, we'll definitely bring this to the attention of the public. Now, talking about power supply here in Nigeria, the presidency has assured that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is committed to ensuring that all higher institutions benefit from a 24-hour power supply to enhance education, which, if you ask me, is a very welcome development. You think about all those times where we had to use candles, we had to use lanterns. Some of us have even very poor eyesight right now because of the kind of power we used in school then to ensure that we read and to ensure that we come out in flying colors. But now the president is making this promise, and the senior special assistant on student engagement to the president, Comrade Sunday Asifon, he provided these assurance during a walk-in visit to the managing director of the Rural Electrification Agency, Abba Abubakar, in Abuja. Now, the federal government has spent over 38,965,147 naira on power generation in several universities, according to them, in Nigeria, as part of the first phase of the Energizing Education program. Now, that document has been put out there. You can have access to it. It's everywhere. You can read that out. And if you ask me, like I said, it's a welcome development because it will enhance the ability of students to concentrate on their studies and what have you. Now, moving on, and this is for my bread lovers. The NAFDAC has said that bread sold in markets are failing laboratory tests. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control revealed that bread sold in market, it's failing laboratory tests because producers are using saccharin due to the high cost of sugar. What they mean by saying is failing laboratory tests is because everything that is being put out there that has NAFDAC approved number goes through the laboratory process. It's being tested if it is fit for human consumption. Now, according to them, they have tried a number of bread. I don't call it product. They've tried a number of bread from different companies, and it is failing. It is failing the test because of the substandard nature of the materials that they produce, which is unfit for human consumption as well. NAFDAC also warned water producers, patent medicine dealers, and other manufacturers of regulatory products during selling fake and substandard products. She said some manufacturers also fail to comply with the required packaging and storage standards. So recently, according to her, we observed that the bread sold in market is failing laboratory tests because producers are using saccharin due to high cost of sugar. They are introducing ingredients that are not good for the health of the consumer. We are not mindful of the prevailing. We are not unmindful of the prevailing economic challenges, but the agency will not compromise its standards. It is pertinent to note that the quality and safety of regulatory products cannot be compromised. This is exactly what she has to say. Now, I'm bringing this report because that's one thing that everybody will most likely eat. You're back from work, you're tired, you cannot get to, fix something for yourself or something decent for yourself to eat. The next thing to do is to go and get bread. So this is me sending you out there that, if you would buy it, at least be sure that you're buying something that is good and not substandard. Some of these things have adverse health effects. Eventually, that might cause us problems, in the future. So we might want to avoid that. I don't know how saccharin tastes. Maybe I know, but I don't know it's saccharin, but whatever it is, if you know the taste and if you know how it, it looks like, the appearance of the bread or whatever, please do well to stay away from them, especially these roadside breads that you cannot really tell the quality of the production and what have you. Please do stay safe out there. Now, the final story we have lined up for today would be Nigeria's constitutional review and the continuing quest for a legitimate grundrum. Now, I did say here that there've been talks about the review of the 1999 constitution, and to that effect, a committee was set up to ensure that they look into the restructuring or the reformation of the 1990s. Now, several key issues continue to be debated, including the federal restructuring, local government autonomy, state policing, and national security. Now, the substance of potential reform is, of course, crucial. But given public sentiment that the 1999 constitution was thrust upon Nigeria by the ongoing military regime as of that time, genuine and extensive public engagement is also key, to ensuring the legitimacy of this process and acceptance of any resulting proposals for constitutional reform. Now, in May and June, committees from both chambers of Nigeria's National Assembly, the Senate and the House of Representatives, they sent a substantial part of their time crisscrossing the country for public hearings, on issues relating to the 1999 Constitution. Now, sitting in centers across, the country's 6 geopolitical zones, the federal legislators held sessions to collate the views, ideas, and opinion of a broad spectrum of Nigerians on 16 key issues, including the devolution of powers, the administration of government, resource control, judicial reforms, and national security, and what have you. Some of these things are being considered already. We talk about local government autonomy. Now, we know that they have financial autonomy, which is also still being debated as of now in court. But now, just so we save our time here, is reforming the constitution what we need right now? Because if you haven't followed something through, it's just like there's a product in the market now. Without me using it religiously, I come out and give review on the product and I say it doesn't work. Even when I don't use it. It's the same thing. I'm looking at this constitutional, I'm looking at it from that same angle. Have we been able to successfully follow what the 1999 Constitution says? Have we been able to follow it through before we decided that it's not working? Because it's just like changing the outer appearance of something when there's still rot in the inside. So whether we change the constitution, whether we reform the constitution or not, we're still the same people. Can we guarantee change in both the system of the country? Can we guarantee change in the corridors of power? Can we guarantee change in the citizenry when this constitution is being reformed? I'd love to know what your thoughts are about this. And to that effect, the phone lines are open right about now on 090-7353-0044 or 090-9705-4450. Keep it locked in here. You can also send us a message on that same number, WhatsApp, on 090-9705-4450. Welcome to the General Open Banters. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning to you.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
My name is Salasi.
All right, good to have you, Salasi.
I want to start with the first story you read about the kidnapping of the medical student in Otubo. Marta, many people have been kidnapped. Do you remember the youth coppers traveling all the way from Akwa Ibom, and they were kidnapped in Zamfara? It seems to me we are just living as if nothing happened. The same thing, we are still talking of Leah Sharifu for how many years now? We are still talking of the kidnapped people in Kaduna. We are still talking of many people in Sokoto, Katsina, and other places. And the funny thing is that when the bad government protests come, you see how the security men will say, we are capable. We are going to make sure that how can they use the intelligence in order to get these people? Even with the phone number of the victims, where they are cheating and telling the government that this is what these people are saying. At least with the services, with the intelligence. See, there are so many ways that they can get these criminals. And collecting ransom without getting the criminals, this thing won't stop. It won't stop. Do you remember the train that boarded from Abuja to Kaduna, how those people were kidnapped? And ransom were paid to them. The experts said they paid to 200 million, while the other people pay 100 million. All the money we are paid according to the number, according to the people that they decided the money, the ransom should be paid. So I think government will do the intelligence should be doing that, and the state government too should do something about that. This